Hi, this is DS Yaxheimer, and this is another edition of The Spectre. And I'm going to be talking about, I guess, two terms that have worked their way into the American lexicon, and that would be the dark web, which, and of course, the deep state. Now, the dark web is basically the internet. The whole internet, you can get anything horrible on the internet. It's not like there's all of a sudden there's two internets and there's like the dark. You just, you look hard enough and long enough, you can find anything you want. You can order drugs on the internet, illegal drugs. You can order people on the internet. How do you think Donald Trump got his wife? So, I don't think he really ordered Melania online, but who the fuck knows? He wouldn't be above it, we all know that. And the deep state, which is a term a lot of right-wingers like to throw around, it seems. It's basically it's the shadow government. It's the unelectable power that remains there through various presidential administrations. That's basically what it is. And it's something that, people, conspiracy theorists like Alex Jones particularly like to throw around. I'd put Glenn Beck in that same category as Alex Jones, is someone who likes to throw it around. Sean Hannity uses the term deep state quite a bit and accuses Obama as being a part of it. Because, Donald Trump is an outsider and he's not part of the problem. He was one of the people that was supposed to go in to our government, to enter into our federal government and straighten things up, clean things up. And who better to do that than the cartoon mascot of a pseudo real estate scam enterprise, whatever the fuck it is. And that's really what he is. He doesn't even He has executives and crooked accountants and all sorts of lawyers that run Trump Enterprises. His dumb fucking kids certainly don't do it. And that's kind of how a lot of that usually seems to work. I'm not going to go talk about Donald Trump too much, but basically, these sorts of terms like the dark web or the deep state are floated out there to either satiate our fears, and all of that. I think that's really what it comes down to, because we don't trust the internet. All this stuff that's coming out about Facebook, and which we all knew about that. We all knew that Facebook and Google were using our data and stealing it to create a consumer profile on all of us to market shit to us. And it's not like corporations haven't been doing that all along, long before the internet, long before we were all carrying a cell phone in our pockets, to constantly be wired into the internet and constantly interfacing with corporations, with supposedly other people. But the thing of it is, they want you to interface through other people. They're luring you into socializing with other people on sites like Facebook and other ones much like it in order to get other information out of you. Of course that's why otherwise, why would the internet even exist if there wasn't, if it didn't have commerce in mind? So, that's really what it comes down to. So, but the dark web is associated with, usually the purchase of anything illegal, guns, drugs, illegal pornography like child pornography, possibly human trafficking. It's not just Craigslist. Usually, people use Bitcoin to purchase things through the dark web, and that's about the extent of what I really know about it, because I haven't, done it myself. But that's what I've seen on, documentaries like Vice and read about it in articles, and that's kind of what they do, basically. So, and you know, and that's, I mean, and the law enforcement supposedly can't stay, you know, one step ahead of it. They're always like I mean, they've been like, they're always, I mean, when it comes to technology, law enforcement has always been, you know, like 5 miles behind, 10 miles behind technology. Like when in the early days of the VCR, they were like, they couldn't control piracy and you know, people ripping off movies. And it's the same thing with the internet. It's even harder because it's so easy to steal material and stream it and all that sort of thing. And for people to steal, you know, movies and whatever, maybe even, you know, other materials and things like that. But there's nothing, I mean, and that's the reason we really can't trust anything anymore. We can't trust anything we really read online, you know. Like when WikiLeaks came out, that was supposed to blow the lid off of everything and then blow the lid off of corruption in all governments and stuff like that. And WikiLeaks is pretty shady too. I mean, Julian Assange has been holed up in an Ecuadorian embassy for how fucking long, you know? And I always thought he was a shady fuck anyway. I never trusted the guy. I don't trust most of these people that come out. I never trusted Mark Zuckerberg, quite frankly. He was some hacker from Harvard University and marketed something we don't need. Do you need Facebook? No, I don't. It's a colossal waste of time. If you want to see your friends, go fucking see them. You know, don't do it through some, you know, website. And I'm guilty of it too. I have Facebook. I don't even know why the fuck I had it. I mean, I've deleted my account twice. But I currently have it because you use it to sign into a lot of other things, and you know that's where they get our consumer information. It's wired into everything, and it's the reason that, you know, it's you know, part of how people get misleading information about candidates and things like that during the last presidential election. So that's why I fucking hate it. I do, and so that's why, you know, we're just kind of fucking stuck with what we have right now, unfortunately. That's the thing. People they can't stand up. I mean, at least with these students with regards to, you know, the gun laws, they're standing up. The kids who were in the Parkland shooting, they're doing that, and they're getting a lot of shit for it. And they're trying to be undermined, and they're trying to destroy them, of course. The NRA or whoever else is out there. Who feels that they should own a fucking machine gun. So, you know, that's kind of going, because this country's full of shit anymore. We're all full of shit. We have got to be one of the we are got to be one of the wealthiest, fattest, and stupidest countries on the face of the earth. We don't think critically. We basically want our egos. We want whatever we say to be validated. We want our egos to be stroked. We don't want to think. We're vicious. We've become more hateful, I think. I mean, we're supposed to be the enlightened country and respect others and give a fuck about freedom, as long as it's that group's freedom. That's all they care about, because all right-wing Christians care about is their freedom. They don't give a fuck about gay people's freedom. They don't give a fuck about other people who don't want to believe in their shit's freedom. They care about their freedom. That's all they care about. All they want is their fucking guns, and they want to make sure that they can infuse Christianity into whatever institutions in our society they feel that they should be. They should be everywhere because they feel it's a part of our country. They don't care about religious freedom. They care about their religion, because they certainly wouldn't want like Islam or anything else, or Judaism or whatever other religion there is, any other religion, to take precedence anywhere in any their schools or any, like, the courthouse or postal, whatever state or federal institutions. That there should be separation of church and state because it makes sense, but they don't believe in that. So and the people, and whatever's considered the deep, I don't really believe in, like, the deep state. I think there are some shady people who've been in business in a while in politics. Like, a good example would have been the FBI director, J. Edgar Hoover, he was in office from like what I don't even have it up in front of me, but it was like from the 30s to the early 70s till he died. And he had a lot of secrets, and he kept files on people and all that stuff like that. And Trump just fired the FBI director like it was nothing. You know? You couldn't do that before. I mean, the FBI director couldn't have been fired by some, real estate mogul that fucked into the presidency. So, I mean, things are a lot different now than they were way back then, way back in the early 70s. So, it's one thing to understand is that definitely things have changed in the past 40 years, which isn't really that long of that much time for things to change as much as they have. And people haven't really, I think they've gotten dumber. I really do. I don't think people, for the most part, are very smart. There are some very smart people, but most of these other folks out there, I think they've definitely been dumbed down by television and just their lack of intellectual curiosity about the world around them. And they like to hear what they want to hear. Most of us don't want to hear what we don't want to hear. So they choose to hear the thing that makes them feel good. Even if it's hateful, even if it's bad for them, they don't give a shit. So that's really what's going on now. And hopefully, like right now, like with this administration, this is the last of this old guard that puts people like Donald Trump in office, and they're going to be discredited and die out. And hopefully that happens very soon. I'd be interested in what your thoughts are on it. If you happen to stumble across this video, if you're Donald Trump, hey, feel free to comment. Be very interested. Why did I just do like a George Bush impersonation? Anyway, this has been another edition of The Spectre. I'm DS Yoxsimer. Be careful out there on the dark web. Whatever. And delete your Facebook account, everybody.